next morning, I picked up Soren in North Vancouver in Savannah's monster automobile, top down, Creedence Clearwater Revival filling the air. The Shah of Persia had nothing on us. Following Gary's instructions, we nailed siding on one of the two remaining walls, letting each piece stick out at random past the corner. Then, using the spirit level, we drew a vertical line down, calculated to be at the exact point of the corner. With the skill saw set at 45 degrees, Soren zipped it in one bold cut from ground to gutter. Using another piece of siding cut to the opposing 45-degree angle, we checked that the angles met precisely at the corner. They didn't. There was a 3/8 of an inch gap. This was indeed disappointing as we'd cut so much siding. Not to worry, said Soren, we will just unnail and reinsert each piece 3/8 of an inch nearer the corner. This, of course, left a gap of 3/8 of an inch at the other end, where they should have butted onto the solid wall. Maybe Joe won't notice. But my stunned reaction to this, Soren shot back. There's probably a way of handling it later. As we used to say at the studio, we'll fix it in post. The issue turned out to be academic. Joe arrived late afternoon and with more general concerns. He called Soren aside, and I just caught the dialogue. Somebody must have poured treacle in your gearbox. Metaphors for Joe's long suit. You've done bugger all. No metaphor there. A nice guy, pushed to the limit. I surmised from the body language that he was searching for a humane way of terminating us. To destroy someone's well-being was foreign to his nature. Nonetheless, I did catch the word unemployable. Crestfallen, I got into the car while Soren had what I assumed was a farewell conversation with Joe. Were we even going to be paid for working an 8-hour day? I wondered. Surprise, a miracle. Not only were we paid, but there was more to come. Joe had asked Soren to quote on applying stain to the whole house in a week's time. He himself could finish the siding. That was the good news. The bad news was Soren had said we would do the whole job for $100. The bargain price probably appealed to Joe only marginally more than the thought of never seeing us again. No miracles the following week. A light drizzle fell, not ideal painting weather. However, the label on the can only said not to apply the product in rain. This was just a shower. We had large brushes and 1-gallon cans of the green semi-transparent stain. It was slow work indeed. At day's end, stiff and exhausted after standing on a 4-in-12 roof slope all day, we were hip-sore and desperate. Soren perched on a pile of siding cut-offs, which subsequently collapsed, and he kicked the remains as far as he could. He called, sheepishly approached me, and found a more secure resting spot. His dark brown eyes focused somewhere in the distance. I've an idea, he said, staring out across English Bay, his gaze transfixed through the mist on Lionsgate Bridge, which seemed to be his inspiration. When they paint bridges, you can bet your life they don't use brushes and gallon cans. Right on, I said, they spray it. Oh no, we're not going there. We've got troubles enough as it is. Right, but there must be other ways. What if we put the stain in garbage cans and use brooms? We could get this done in no time. Otherwise, we'll be here till Christmas for $50 each. Won't that make a bit of a mess? I questioned. Let's just get one broom and a trash can and you try it. We did. Soren was right. It was much faster. We bought a second broom and can and went at it with a vengeance. But I was right too. There was some splashing onto the roof shingles and the light drizzle was not enough to dissipate it. Here's an idea, Soren. I noticed some discarded appliance boxes next door. We could open a couple of those and stand on them. This worked. Instead of splashing on the shingles, spilt stain was mostly absorbed by the cardboard. Trouble was there was so much spilt stain, especially from Soren. He got tired and somewhat careless. He was withdrawing the broom from the garbage can when he caught the edge of it. It It was almost empty and fell over. What was left in the can flooded over the cardboard. He frantically grabbed the can. Some stain ran down onto the roof immediately below the cardboard. He moved to try to sweep the spillage back onto the cardboard. This started the cardboard moving down the roof. With all this happening, we hadn't noticed Joe returning. Over the eaves went the garbage can, followed by the cardboard, followed by Soren. The garbage can landed beside Joe. The cardboard landed on top of the garbage can. Soren landed on Joe. So ended my career in construction. I bid Soren farewell.